What's going on? Another Wisdom Wednesday. Coming to you with another story. Also, at the end of this, man, I'm gonna do Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me questions, and I'll be able to respond to them. Today, man, the story is coming from. So I read this story, man, and the story talked about. It was this guy. He was a water barrier, right? And as he was a water barrier, what happened is he would carry these pots. He would use this long pole and he would carry these two pots. Now, one of the pots had a crack in it, right? And so as he was carrying these pots to his master's house that lived up a hill, the pot that had a crack in it, it wouldn't get to the master's house full. And so as he went 2 years of doing this, and as he went 2 years of carrying the pots all the way up to his master's place, every time he got to his master's place, he only had 1.5 pots of water. Well, one day the crack pot looked at his master, looked at the guy that was carrying the pots, and he said, "Hey man, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I feel bad. For these 2 years you've been carrying up these pots, and you haven't been able to give the full value of load that you're supposed to give, which is 2 full pots." He said, "You've only been able to give 1.5." The guy said, "Hey, pot, relax. You good. When we come back down the hill, I want to show you something. I want to show you when we come back down the hill. Look on your side, and on your side, you're going to be able to see something. What you're going to see on your side is you're going to see some flowers." So as he was coming back down the hill, the cracked pot looked on his side and he saw all these flowers. He saw these flowers. He thought to himself, "Oh, you know what? That's nice. I'm cheered up about that." But he still felt bad because every time he would carry those pots up the hill, the cracked pot thought, "Man, I still haven't been able to give you your full pot of water." So when he looked at the pot, he said, "Listen, pot, for 2 years, I know you had a flaw. And your flaw, I knew you had a crack. So what I did is I planted seeds on your side. And on your side, as I planted seeds, I planted flower seeds. And what happened is that those flowers grew. And those same flowers that grew are the same flowers that I cut and I put on the master's table." See, it was his flaw that made him beautiful. It was his flaw that he said, if you look on your side, you have flowers, but the other side has no flowers. And see, the beautiful thing within this is that many of us have flaws in our life and we're afraid to talk about it. Many of us have things that we're ashamed to express, shame to even say. And guess what? I'm just like the pot. I was a kid who had dyslexia, who couldn't read, write, or speak. And I looked and I said, "You know what? I'm nothing, right? I'm nothing. I'm not good enough." And I'm telling you, sometimes you feel like you're not good enough. Sometimes you feel like you're not this, you're not that, because you feel like your flaw is holding you back. But your flaw, listen, I told a group of kids, I had dyslexia, right? I told a group of kids, I say, your dyslexia is not your kryptonite. It's your superpower. See, it's your flaw that makes you beautiful. It's your flaw that makes you great. So you wasn't meant to be like everybody else. So it's something about you that's unique, that's different, that makes you stand out. See, Brene Brown said to fit in is to lose yourself, but to stand out is to become yourself. And I'm telling you that in your life, what happens is that it's your flaws that makes you unique. It's your flaws that make you beautiful. Just because all you can do is clap, be the best clapper you can be. Like, don't allow whatever is a flaw of yours to stop you from your greatness. Because greatness is placed inside of you, and it's placed inside of you for a reason. Because that's what you're supposed to tap into and go after and go find. And it's the reason why you have that flaw. It's the reason why you have that flaw. And that flaw is to make you great. That flaw is to make you unique. That flaw is to make you stand out. And every single one of you have that. You have that inside of you. Stand out. Yeah, you got it. Like I said, I had dyslexia. I couldn't read. I couldn't write. I couldn't speak. And it was funny that people laughed at me. People thought it was a joke. So what happened to me is many times in class, when a teacher would call on me to read, we used to do this thing called popcorn. I know everybody did popcorn. What I used to do is I used to look and I used to read the paragraph ahead just in case somebody called me. And when they called me, I knew what I was reading. But if you didn't call on me and I just read that paragraph, I'm thinking you probably not going to call on me. You probably already know my situation. But then when you called on me, I acted as if I was a clown just so I didn't have to read. Because I said my flaw is holding me back and I don't want to express it. I don't want to tell anybody. I want to keep it to myself. But it wasn't until I started to express it, to say I need help, and I started watering my flaw. I started to water it. Plants started to grow, and I'm in a situation now where I go into schools and I motivate kids to say, just because you got dyslexia means nothing. Just because you're having a problem in this area means nothing. You can still be great. You just got to work on that weakness, because it's not really your weakness. It's your strength. But if you allow it to bring you down, you allow it to break you, allow it to not allow you to push, you're going to always be stuck in the same spot. You're going to be like that cracked pot, but the only thing is you're going to continue to be upset, continue to be down. It's your flaws that make you great. The only thing great about you is your flaw. Everything else, man, okay, whatever, that's cool. But let me know the real you. Let me know the real you. Let me know the things that you're not sharing, because the things you're not sharing, when I decided finally, when I first started speaking, man, I wasn't telling nobody I had dyslexia. Let's be real, I wasn't telling nobody. I wasn't telling nobody none of that. I was giving out other stories, and I was great at telling them stories. But it wasn't until my mentor told me, man, what is your story? And when you tell about your story going to change lives. I told my story about dyslexia at A-Leaf Elsick, Houston, Texas. When I told my story, it was 1,200 kids. I literally had 500 kids come up to me, specifically 2 kids. One kid was crying, and she said, because you said you had dyslexia and you made it, I know I can. And I'm telling you, it's somebody facing the same issues that you face and that you're afraid to talk about. And somebody needs to hear that you made it so they can make it. Somebody needs to hear that you made it so they can make it. Somebody need to know that flaw that you facing, because they facing and they need to get through it. They need to know somebody else made it through it. Somebody else is going through it. Somebody else is pushing. And it's for you to be able to share that light. It's for you to be able to help them. So I tell people all the time, I say, man, somebody needs you to be you, so they know it's okay to be them. We live in a world where so many people are afraid to be themselves. We so caught up in the copycat world, man. You trying to be like them, trying to dress like them, trying to talk like them. Nah, I need you to be you, because there's a little kid out there. Matter of fact, it's a grown-up out there that's afraid to be themselves. And I need you just to be yourself so they can be themselves. Like that's all you got to do is be you. Everything else, man, being somebody else means nothing, but being you means the world, because there will never be a better you than you. Like, you can be a great copycat, cool, but nothing is better than the original. I love Friday After Next. Don't get it twisted. I love it, but ain't nothing like Friday. It's the original, and I need you to be the original. I need you to understand that your flaws is what makes you beautiful. Your flaws is what makes you great. Don't allow your flaws to stop you. The things that you feel like you're afraid to talk about to stop you, because you're greater than that. It's those flaws that's going to push you. It's those flaws that's going to show your unique light. And you're going to be able to shine based off of your flaws. Your strength is your strength, but your flaws, your weakness, the things that you're afraid to talk about, that is really your strength. So the story today, man, was just understanding that even though you have a flaw, your flaws, if you water them, you take care of them, just like me. I watered them. And then some people, they say, you don't even sound like you had dyslexia, because I watered that. I'm telling you, in your life, I need you to water your flaws. I need you to look yourself in the mirror and water your flaws. Let the flowers grow. You beautiful. Yeah, you look in the mirror, you've been thinking, I got these love handles. Okay, oh well. Oh well. Love that. People try to love other people, but you can't love nobody else until you love you. And how do you love you? You love you by simply being you. Love you, simply be you, and allow other people to know it's okay to be themselves by you being yourself. So listen, man, I made it short, sweet this week, man. Not gonna be too long. But what I want to do, man, is I want to do a Q&A. So if you have any questions, man, feel free to type in any questions. If we don't get to them here, man, DM me, man. I would love to talk to you, be able to help you. Look, as a speaker, I'm a problem solver. My job is to go into schools, go into companies, business, whatever it is, and to solve problems, right? So whatever it may be, man, I'm giving you my best advice, give you some, statistics or whatever it may be to try to push you to strive to be the best version of yourself. And so like I was just saying with the story is understanding that your flaws. And it's that we have to understand that even though we have these flaws and these situations that we go through that we feel like we're ashamed to talk about or afraid to even tell people, the problem is the reason why you're afraid to talk about it because you feel like you're the only one going through it. And I want you to understand you're not the only one going through it. And if I can help you, you can actually help somebody else. Like when I go speak to schools, I can be able to share, not say your name, be able to share these same things with a kid who's facing this same thing, who's facing abandonment, who's facing all kind of issues that we know nothing about, and be able to shine light to say somebody like this is going through it, but they're getting through it, and you can do the same exact thing. So, man, if you have any questions, feel free to type in the questions, man. I would love to answer them. I would love to, give any type of knowledge, any type of wisdom that I have, to be able to provide for you. So any questions, man, let me know. If not, man, if you're afraid to talk about them right here, inbox me, and I can we can definitely talk, chat it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm as free and lively as can be. I would love to communicate with every single one of you. So you get the opportunity to, man, message me. Message me. I got you. I ain't ashamed. I ain't afraid. So that was the story today, man. The story today was just about understanding your flaws, your imperfections, and knowing that that's actually your beauty in life. That's not your weakness. That's your strength. The things that you feel like you're weak at are really your strength, right? And so if you become great at your strength, you need to become great at your weaknesses, because your weakness is going to make you everything. So thank you for your time. I truly appreciate every single one of you that viewed this, the ones who's going to continue, the ones who's going to view after. Also, man, look, hit a like, comment. Also, man, please share so I can be able to give the message. It has nothing to do with me. It's about giving the message out, man. I could care less about people knowing about me. I just care more about people getting the message, and they can be able to see and grow for whatever situation they're in. I want everybody to be the best version of themselves. And so if this message can help that, please share, to be able to share the knowledge, the wisdom that somebody else can take and maybe push them for the day, push them for the year, push them for the month, whatever it may be. Push them out of the situation they're in. So thank you, every single one of you that viewing this. I'll catch back up with you. Got any questions, man, hit me in my inbox. I'll be posting some more stuff on my YouTube. I'll put my YouTube stuff up here. Also Instagram as well. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. G.Reed61. And my YouTube is Jamard Reed Jr. So hit me up. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So Wisdom Wednesday. We out. Don't be average. Don't be good. Be beyond great.